Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Now people are always asking you, what advice would you give to your younger self? And, write down the things that you would remind yourself, your 18-year-old self, 18-year-old Margaret. And it's things like, follow your dreams, always believe in yourself. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't focus so much on the opinions of others. Just do what you love. All those things that we wish we could have said to our 17, 18-year-old self. But there's another side to the story of reflection as we get older. And it's writing a letter to your older self. Now, Ardith Bowman is one of our bloggers, and she is amazing. Her articles are always so moving for me. And she wrote this article basically reflecting on, not just so much what she would look back and wish her younger self, but how she wants to prepare for the next 10 years of her life, the woman that she's going to become. Now, she's 76, I'm 75, so I kind of resonated with this one very strongly. And she is in her article talking about how she wants that, 86-year-old person to look back and to also become. So the things that she can be doing now to make that happen. And I think that's a very powerful kind of reflection. And I'm going to read some of her article at the end, or her own story, her own letter to herself, because it's really, honestly beautiful. And I'll leave a link to the article so you can take a look at it too. But we're always writing to our younger self, encouraging us to do all these things. But what about encouraging our older self to do some things, to look at where you are right now and to do actions and make decisions that are going to guide you as you get older. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm reflecting on my life each single day. I think. I'm always trying to make the most of it, make the best of every situation that I come up against. But there are some principles. There are some things that I know I want to be doing when I'm older, when I'm 86, 96, hopefully. And I think a lot of them have got to do with preparation of your physical, mental well-being, and your managing stress. There's all kinds of elements that I think go into creating a beautiful quality of life for the future. And Ardith starts off by talking about something that I think is so important, and that is knowing or defining to yourself what is normal. What does a normal 86-year-old woman do? What does a normal 96-year-old woman still do? And I think, as she says, if you can imagine yourself, kayaking when you're 86, or say, a normal for me is to travel and to continue to travel for the rest of my life, or to work for the rest of my life, or to do certain things that maybe by societal standards are not considered normal. So that's the first thing, is to define and not just define, but to embrace what you consider to be normal. What is this 86-year-old woman capable of? What will I become based on what I believe I can become, and not to succumb to the stereotypes of aging in our society that say, well, that kind of activity isn't appropriate for an 86-year-old, or it isn't appropriate for you don't dress that way, that's not appropriate, or it's not normal for an older woman. And of course, 60 and Me is all about shattering aging stereotypes in general. Now, maybe some of these things are what you want to be when you're 86. Perhaps you would like to be reading more books or taking it easy, maybe finding a quieter place to retire, in quotes. That's what you decide to do. But, there's many people, I think, who see themselves in the future as being active, dynamic, engaged, involved, and doing things that matter to them, not just with their families, perhaps, although families are probably at that point going to be well established in their own patterns, their own life, but hopefully you'll be part of it still, and you'll play a role with your children and your grandchildren. For me, that's a very important part of my future self, that I'm still very connected to friends, family, and to this community. Of course, I see myself doing this as normal behavior for the next 10, 20 years. I just do. That just seems to be what I want to do. That's what I want my 86-year-old self to look like, to be like. So have a clear vision of the woman that you want to create in your life. So that involves a few things. Being well on the physical level. Take care of yourself. Go to the doctor. Have a planned, system for doing blood tests and screenings, knowing that you're in good health. Walk. Go out exercising. Do something physical every single day. Practice being flexible. Watch your balance. All these things that we talk about in our physical well-being. It's super important that you take care of that. The other thing, of course, is nurturing connections. And that's not giving up on your friends. and your family. You know, your friends and family are all going through different phases in their lives, and you've got to kind of weave your way into where you can be part of that. So connections is another really important thing to do, to sustain as you move into your 80s and 90s. Keeping an explorative and curious mind. These are things that artists talks about in the article. But I've always said curiosity, creativity are my big C's. You know, that I hope that I am communicative, creative, and I care about exploring and learning, and I make that a part of my life, not just, you know, reading and traveling, perhaps, which are givens for me. But, you know, seeing how the world is going, you know, seeing what's changing in the world, trust me, it's going to be a really, really, underscore, really different world in 10 years' time. This is my opinion. And I can see that already in the 2-3 years that I've, you know, started to pay attention to technology, for example, at a different level. So that's going to be really important that we actually, you know, keep an open mind, keep exploring, keep creating, keep being curious, you know, ask questions. And that's another part, I think, another point of strength in shaping this new person, and being a survivor, and being also a contributor to the world, finding something that you really, really believe in, whether it is, you know, just a social problem that you know is on your mind, that you care about deeply, or whether it's just that you want your children to have a healthier lifestyle in the environment, or you want them to have better education. You know, those things are really important to you. You can actually dig into those and be of service. I think that's, having purpose is like, you know, I think a very important element of aging. But okay, thinking about your 86, 96-year-old woman, what would you like her to look like, be like? I'll be wearing makeup still, probably. I'll still be wearing my necklaces, because I love those things. Those are things I don't want to give up, because they're, for me, part of identity. They're part of my identity. And that will shift, I'm sure, as I get a little older and maybe physically not so strong, or maybe so, you know, mentally, maybe I go deeper into different areas of growth and self-awareness. But, you know, it's all important. But I wanted to close this video with artist's letter to herself. And I really, really love this, because every single one of them I could relate to. And it's kind of just, dear self. You know, she's dear beautiful, you know, artist, dear artist. This is artist story. I already love who you are. Kind, present, wise, and loving. I know you feel happy, you're at peace, your life has meaning, and you continue to contribute and to inspire. Start the letter with, you're good. You're good, just, you know, just where you are. This older person you love, you see her, she's gorgeous. She's got all these elements to her. You're writing this to your future self now. So I want to assure you that I am doing everything I know to do at this moment to help you. You were talking to the older self, to be wonderful, a wonderful woman. And to that end, I want to make the following promises. So now, you're making this promise to her that you're going to do these things in the next 10, 20 years. 1, promise to continue to stay physically active, to eat well, drink in moderation, and maintain practices that reduce stress. Totally important. 2, I promise to monitor my health, so I can make good adjustments and adjustments promptly. You deserve, this is your older person, you deserve healthy bones, healthy heart, and good mobility. So my commitment to you, my older self, is this. Also to my older self, I promise to actively nurture my relationships with friends and family and the communities that I have a shared interest with. I will let others know that I love them, that I care about them, and allow myself to feel love. That's a hard one for a lot of people. Feel love for yourself. This is my promise to my older self. And finally, I promise to keep my mind active and follow my interests, however they may shift over the years. I will say yes to new learning and new experiences, so it is easy for you when you get older. So those are the words that artist spoke to her letter to her older self. And she'll hopefully read this to herself when she's 80 or 90, 86 or 96. But I would love you to do the same. What commitments are you going to make to your older person, your older self, to older woman, in order to have a healthy and happy life in your 80s and 90s? What do you want her to know you're doing to stay well, to stay strong, to stay curious, and to stay keeping in perspective. I love this so much, Arta. Thank you so much for writing it, for getting me thinking about it. It's very, very valuable. But I'd love to know what you think about this. Leave your comments in the section below. As always, you're always welcome, whatever your view is. You may have a different view, but just please leave your comments, share with each other, respond, like, give each other hugs. It's all part of what we are here at 60andMe. And I want to warn you, I want to let you know that there's other places to go, inform you that there's our website, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and of course we've got YouTube here. 260,000 people now follow, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do that. Then you'll get to know when we do our videos. We do 4 a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and you can also sign up to receive our newsletter, which comes out every day, reminding you about what we've got going on and giving you the support that I think we all need at this point in our lives. But take very good care, everybody. Sending you all my love, and know that you're in my mind, in my heart, and as you grow older with me, let's make this the best time ever. Okay, lots of love.